What's going on, everyone? Today's video is a little bit different than our usual video. This is more of a forensic video. I'm just going to be talking about something that's very important if you've been charged with a crime. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a lawyer, and if you have been charged with a crime, whether it's sexual assault or anything else that involves a digital device such as a cell phone or a computer, you should contact a lawyer first. See a lawyer and let the lawyer direct you to the next step. I want to talk about the forensics perspective on being charged with any type of crime that involves a digital evidence. I've been involved in multiple cases. I've testified in court. There have been false allegations. There have all kinds of different cases that I've testified in, and it's very important to retain a company that can recover your data and use a proper forensic tool. Why is the evidence important? It is important because if you've been falsely accused, then the evidence will show that you've been falsely accused, obviously. I had a case where a customer used a third-party software to recover deleted messages from his phone. The messages, a lot of them were recovered, but a lot of them were broken. There was one message in particular that was extremely important to his case to prove his innocence. The message he recovered was only half of the message, and he couldn't get the rest of the message. When we ran his device through Cellebrite UFED, we actually recovered the entire message. And in that message, the second half that was missing that we recovered actually changed the outcome of the case entirely, because it proved that the other party was lying. And in the recent climate of Me Too movement and all that, you know, there's a lot of false accusations and real accusations, and you should probably definitely keep any messages. If you're having one-night stands or you're involved in any type of relationship with someone and there's messages being exchanged, you should definitely keep those messages. If not, you might have to see a company like us. Now, we're not cheap, obviously. Anytime forensic work is involved, this type of work is very expensive. On top of your lawyer, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So just keep that in mind. You also need a company to testify in court. I already mentioned that I have been to court on multiple occasions and I have testified. It's all about someone being clear enough and explain to the judge what the evidence is, what was recovered, and why our evidence hasn't been tampered with. That is very important. The next step I want to bring up is stop using your phone. If your phone is involved in the case or your computer is, I have tons of clients who come in here and the evidence was on the device, but yet they continue using the same phone. If the data was deleted and you want recovered, the more you use that device, the less likely we're going to recover anything. And I've seen this happen. Sometimes a message is missing, the exact message that the client thinks he had, the message is missing. So just keep that in mind. Now, the tools we use, like I mentioned, is Cellebrite UFED, is no secret. It's a forensic tool. We have other tools too. We have Axiom, we have XRY, and we'll use everything we have in our disposal to obviously recover your data. Now, I'm not trying to shill for our company. I mean, you can choose whoever you want. You just have to make sure that that company has the right tools, because there are other tools out there. I don't want to mention any tools we don't use, because I don't want to endorse anything we don't use. But there's other forensic tools out there that can recover messages, but we have tested, I think, majority of them, and the reason we haven't bought the other ones is because either was lackluster support or could have been very weak decoding of the databases where the messages are stored. So that's that. So to sum it all up, the points I want to drive into this video is, number one, you need a lawyer. You need a lawyer right away. I mean, if you've been charged with anything or accused of anything, a lawyer is your number one thing. You need to get a lawyer. I mean, there's no ifs about it. Number two is you need to hire a company that has a forensic experience or a forensic background that is also certified as a forensic company. Like I am certified through ISFCE. I have a CCE certification, so I can testify in court. My word as an expert witness is extremely important. especially if I need to represent you in court along with your lawyer. Put away your phone. Do not use it. Do not use your computer. Do not try to back anything up. Bring it to a company that has Cellebrite UFED or any other proper forensic tool, because we need to extract that data, and it's very important that a company will use a tool like Cellebrite UFED, because we get read-only access to your device. So we'll pull the data off. We're not going to modify the device. We don't have to root it. We don't have to do anything strange that might jeopardize your case in the future. And that's it. Don't cheap out. Don't hire some guy in a basement for $50. I mean, at the end of the day, you get what you pay for, right? We have a very high success rate with most of our cases. I've represented a lot of people in court, helped them with the cases. So, I mean, expert testimony is expensive. Forensic work is very expensive. Your lawyer is going to be very expensive as well, as I mentioned earlier. But that's it. I hope this short video helps out anyone that's watching it right now. Obviously, if you're watching it, you probably either been charged with something, or you might need help from a lawyer or a forensic firm. So I hope this video kind of points you in the right direction, because that was my main goal of this video. Like I said, I want to show for our company. I mean, there's lots of other companies, but I just want to point out what we do and what we use. And anything we endorse in this video is the tools that we use, that we trust. Okay, well, on to the next video, and we'll see you guys soon.